everybody, Neil again for another episode of the Energy Academy. PPAs, or Power Purchase Agreements, are contracts between an energy producer and an energy supplier, which just means someone who has a supply license. As you can probably guess, they're agreements to purchase power. PPAs are for the generation of power as opposed to the supply, which will be contracted under a PSA or Power Supply Agreement. There are several components to a PPA, but essentially they give generators a price per megawatt hour for the energy they produce. This can be fixed in advance so that the price is guaranteed, or they can be subject to more market exposure, which introduces more risk to the generator but less to the supplier. A PPA agreement will consist of three things. Firstly, the power purchase price, which is the price per megawatt hour at which the power is bought and sold. Next, there's the imbalance, which refers to the actual energy generated compared with what had been forecast and sold ahead of delivery. Thirdly, there's the embedded benefits, which constitute various system charges or other taxes or subsidies or benefits. For renewable power, certificates for green energy such as REGOs and ROCs can be bought and sold as part of a PPA. To check out more about how these work, watch our video on REGOs. Suppliers will charge a risk premium to cover the risks associated with movements in the market or forecast errors, which can result in imbalance penalties. For example, a wind farm which has variable generation will have a higher risk premium than a solar site, which has a repeatable, therefore reasonably forecastable output, and a baseload site, which has a typically flat generation profile, will have a lower risk premium than both. Recently, these risk premiums have been much higher than normal, as suppliers need to mitigate the larger financial risks involved in buying and selling power in an increasingly volatile market, and one in which power prices have followed a huge upward trend. There are typically three main PPA structures which determine the power price and imbalance exposure offered. Embedded benefits can be fixed or passed through, and the supplier will invariably charge a risk premium for taking on the risk of these embedded benefits. You could have an indexed PPA in which the power price is linked to an energy market index like N2X or EPEX day-ahead auctions. This will typically be at a discount on the hourly or daily baseload price and is agreed up front. A fixed pay-as-produced contract, where the price per megawatt hour is agreed up front, means that the risk reward sits firmly with the supplier, as the market could move significantly between the point at which the price is agreed and the point at which the power is generated. In a flex PPA, counterparties may periodically be offered to lock in at a price at the prevailing market rate. As trading is involved, they are generally more suited to generators who keep an eye on movements in the market. Typically, the imbalance discounts will be set at the start of the contract, and all the producer has to worry about is locking in at the right time when the market is high. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.